Hi! We wanted you to see our pores.
Welcome to the AC Experience. We are doing something we've never done before.
And we're interviewing one of our students.
Here she is. We have got our very first guest star. Jess. Do we say your last name?
Yeah, why not?
Jess Harris.
What made you initially sign up for the first workshop that you did?
Easy.
Oh,
Oh.
I love an easy
Confidence.
girl.
Sure. So without just like blowing too much air up your skirt, like I genuinely want the most amount of like floor time as I can get, right? So that's like the initial draw. How often can I dance? How much more can I do? And then secondly, I already trust both of you. So it wasn't like a, will it be worth my time? Will it be worth my, my money? It was like, yes, I already know what kind of experience that will be. Good, let's do it.
All right.
I like that.
I'll take some skirt blowing.
Blow up my skirt.
So you have been to the Nightmare by
Yep.
Halsey,
Yep.
which was a lot about anger,
Yeah.
which turns out was very hard for ladies.
That was probably the most difficult that not technically or choreographically difficult, but emotionally difficult for people to tap into.
For sure.
Where I can find rage in a hot second.
Yeah, 2.2 seconds. What was the anger one like for you?
Dang, that one was by far the toughest for me. Anger was always seen as like not a feminine emotion growing up. It was like, don't let yourself get too angry, be sure to compose yourself. And the dance floor was certainly never an opportunity to get angry because all of the music that I grew up dancing to was like light and fluffy and positive and boring and,
And there's a part in the choreography where you just like exploded.
Oh.
You're all like,
It was like cracked wide open. And that, even for the viewer, we were just like,
oh, wow.
yeah.
No one to smile for, I waited a while for a moment to say I don't. Oh, yeah, we got to.
Was something really like vindicating and something that released in me that it was like, even if I'm doing this wrong, I know that it's right for me right now and it's worth it to grow. So
That's what it's all about.
yes. In all of these experiences, what did you learn about yourself? Or is there a particular moment where you learned something new or
Because you did an angry one, you did a really soft piece, this woman's work.
so should we just, not gonna lie, I just teared up watching you.
Oh my God.
wow.
Yeah.
Dance used to be very separate, right? Like dance was only for a certain kind of audience for a certain purpose. I grew up in a very, very strict, toxic, dysfunctional home with a lot of very clear rules. So dancing had to look a certain way or we weren't allowed to do it. Shoulders covered, knees covered, nothing ever to be anything close to seduction or sensuality or no hip rolls. And honestly, I can't tell you how many times I was told, don't make people look at you. They should look at the whole group. You should always be a part
out.
of, right. To what I was saying is like, you start to learn what parts of yourself to pull into the choreography. And I think having those like improv stations like kind of separate it and then push it all together helped me to be like, wow, I actually really do have a lot I can bring into this piece and I don't have to disconnect from it to be good. And
What surprised you about
Or your experience.
the experience, the AC experience, the workshops? What was a surprise?
Tell us.
Feel like structurally the inner reflection pieces were not expected when I first went in. Like going back to November, I did not think that there was going to be anything beyond choreography. And so that was surprising for me, super intimidating at first, but then like you kind of get this like accumulative confidence when everyone begins doing it and everyone begins being vulnerable, and then you kind of see all these different versions of it being right, and you're like, oh, okay. This collective confidence that you get, even when the video camera is on, and the sense of encouragement, and the women who are there for the exact same purpose, experiencing the exact same thing you were doing as well. It was like, oh, this is not a critique like an audition. This is not a, you great for exposing yourself in the beginning, but now we're moving to judgment. Like, it just didn't move that way. It was like, be vulnerable and brave here, be vulnerable and brave here, and now bring all of that with you to the choreography. So the way that it kind of flows through was not anything I expected.
Which we work really hard on. That takes time, that development.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. There is an opportunity coming up for everyone, other people, to come and experience the AC experience for free.
Yes, our 1-year anniversary is coming up, which we're very proud and excited about.
It's been a year.
Do it.
And we have a free mini workshop coming up on August 28th. It's from 1 to 3. It's at Evolution Dance Center in Carlsbad, and we would love for you to come and join us and just dip your toe in an AC experience.
Yeah, so we call it a mini workshop because in a full workshop, you actually get to perform either as a star or solo, and you get that video sent to you later with feedback. Which, Jess, how is the feedback? Is that...
Oh, no.
Honestly, I have a visceral feeling every time I read this feedback, because I want it so badly and I want it to be a certain way. And yet, like, I would never take it to heart if it was just always good and you did everything great, because I really do want to grow. And so, but my stomach kind of turns a little bit. I kind of like hold my breath a little bit, but it's always really balanced with, here are some things that you could work on, and then here are some things that we really felt like you connected with throughout the choreography.
So yeah, we do. Well, but this is exactly what we do with every dancer is we watch this 1.5-minute choreography or however long it is.
45 minutes if you want.
And we really do highlight the parts that were authentic and that were real, and that, you know, that you really tapped into, whether it was correct choreography or not. And then everybody has room for improvement. I have room to improve. She has room to improve. We all have room to improve. So here's the thing. When you get these general class corrections, which, you know, in a 60-minute class, there's not enough time to necessarily give
individual feedback to every single person there.
But this is the opportunity that you do get individual feedback. And that is where you can grow. Like Jess said, like, just getting the visual feedback, I'll think I'm doing something so good. And I'm like, ooh, that was a poor choice. That doesn't look good on my body. Or, you know,
or you're like, I'm going so big, it's so full out. And then you look, you're like, did I even
Am I
move?
asleep? What's happening?
Am I
swimming?
that rigid? Wow, I am. Okay.
Yeah, like I'll feel like I'm really open. Then I'm like, that just looks like I'm choking.
So in our free mini workshop, you will not be getting that feedback.
Yeah, sorry.
Because it is free.
Yeah, and
so we need to, and we're opening it up. Normally we have a limited amount of students that are able to come. This time we're opening it up to anyone and everyone. Well, within reason, you have to be 18 plus.
Yeah.
But we're not giving you feedback. So suck it.
Well, we're not gonna
and get out of my face.
It's not judgment, it's guidance. It's
I like
more
that.
like, here are some
tagline.
tips.
I'm like, write that on a shirt.
I think that this is the opportunity to get that individual guidance that you don't get, particularly as an adult dancer.
Sure.
Right.
Or in fast classes that move so quickly in an hour that you're like, done with.
So how would you describe the difference between a masterclass and a workshop?
There is a lot more time to do the reflection, small groups, to do some, sometimes you'll do more individual pieces or solos. And in a master class, it's more about absorbing and really getting into the choreography. It's just like an extended class that you would take during the week to give you a little more time to master it. Bingo! A workshop has a lot more like reflective work, heart work that goes along with it.
I like the hard work.
Heartwork and artwork. Oh.
What did you learn about your own dancing?
One that I thought I was way better than I was in the beginning. Let me tell you, there was like a huge gap of technicality in my past, and so coming into this, those like refinements were nothing no one had ever told me about. So I didn't come from like a ballet class or a company where it was like that first, then do the dancing. It was always about, you know, performing with an agenda. So the
But
technicalities
may I
are like after
interrupt
the fact.
and say that you are a natural performer, and like
Yes.
whereas you can get so technical, people can get so technical that they forget how to use their heart in their dancing. Like they're doing all this stuff, but their face is like stony.
Sure.
You know,
Well, and that's that we always talk about that. Like you could have a technically perfect dancer, but then you're bored after 2 minutes because you're like, okay, we saw you can kick here and grab it and spin,
Sure.
but you have nothing
I ain't
inside
getting
happening.
nothing.
Sure.
Yeah, and
feel-
you don't have that problem.
On the other side, for me personally, like I could tell a story. I used to be a drama instructor, so like I can turn on the emotion, but then like there's a foot, you know?
And what do I do with this
And
foot?
it's like, oh wait, yes, let's get back into that like refine those things that could be so distracting. Like, point your fucking foot. Which is good because it's a balance of like the emotion, but you don't like ignore the technical part of
Right.
it too. And
Right.
someone from my end
But
comes from that.
But the workshops are much less technical.
For sure.
Which is why actually
For
I
sure.
think dancers who, you know, want to try, like they love to dance, but maybe they just do like cardio hip hop, right? Because it's like a more approachable, it's closer to like social dancing or like
Right.
going to the clubs. But like I feel like these workshops are, it's more about how you're feeling, bring that to the table.
For sure. For sure. And,
And then technique, you got to get your ass in class. So
just saying.
that's on you.
sure. But you guys do like take time to say like hold up your core when you're spinning across the room and like those reminders that go along with it so that you can sell the information or that connection, that mind body connection. So so I think for me I need the blend of both.
Is there anything else that you would like these fine people to know about?
I think I'm just curious about like what the next year looks like because I'm a planner and I love to like look forward to things as much as I do experiencing them. So a little like teaser would
We would love to do a retreat.
Yes, we tried that last year and COVID hit my
She
family.
got COVID and then my family got COVID. A retreat would be amazing.
Cool.
But we need you guys to, like, do you want a retreat?
Yeah, what?
Do you want to retreat with us?
retreat. Yeah, I think that would be amazing. I think for me, afterwards, because that processing block is always there, being able to debrief with other people would be really special.
Yes.
And that's like one of the biggest sellers for that because there's so many times where I'm like, you guys want to go out? You want to get a drink? Let's talk about it.
We're going to do a retreat. We're manifesting a retreat.
Yes.
It would be 2 to 3 days. It would be working on like a longer piece of choreography for the 2 days. So you'd really get to sink your teeth in. And more exercises, journaling to bring out your personal story. So like when you're then performing it, it's like, it really is your story.
And then the third final day would be like a meetup. If you want to share any of your journaling or whatever,
The
we
experience.
can. But again,
Yeah.
just like having time together to sort of like the
Yeah.
letdown, you know? But no, but there is like, after you have and share an experience like that, there is definitely a processing time and like a letdown.
Sure.
And it doesn't, I don't mean it in a negative way, but there's just like, and I don't mean letdown.
There's
like,
a decompression.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely like a, whoa.
Yeah.
Because it often brings up a lot of stuff. And I
sure.
don't want to intimidate people to like not come because they're like, I don't want to
And
do that.
it affects people differently too.
It does affect people. And we do different emotions, right? But
Yeah.
in general, we're expected to go through life with like these literal filters, but emotional filters of not really expressing a whole lot. And this is a place, a safe space where you can do that.
Yeah.
And really like dig in and parse out and see what's in there. So we'd like to do that with you.
I think that would be awesome, especially with like the hearing what other people are processing through too, because I think it would, that being able to see what someone, if they want to share, see what someone is bringing through in their choreography in words and then in dance would be incredibly powerful.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Would you recommend the AC experience to other dancers?
Is this a joke? Of course. I just had conversations this weekend working a table at my office, and these girls were like, I just miss dance so much. And I was like,
Yeah, I do declare.
I got something for you.
The mini workshop, like what we want to do is basically do a workshop, but without the videos at the end. So
Oh, sweet.
it's a warm up. It's exercises that are going to help to conjure up the emotions that go along with this song, because the song is really kind of in two parts when it comes to emotionally, and then go into the choreography to like, you bring those, what you feel into the choreography. It's a good one.
That's the essence of the whole thing right there.
Mm-hmm. Jess, thank you so much for
So fun.
guest starring.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had like this much connection time and like
To talk about.
Have a good time.
Cut that out. Bad.
I was like, where are we going with this? It's
I was
great.
thinking this is true. Well, like you said, we don't do a lot of like debriefing afterwards. So
Sure.
is this what you mean? Like
Yes.
talking about
Totally.
I mean, we would talk about it all day long. If we
It's the first time we've really like processed through it together, so this is really cool.
Every time we like have something coming up, she has this like amazing like energy of
I know,
like,
you have the best energy.
yes! We're like, I'm excited too.
Your hair, your energy, it's all fabulous. All right, thank you. Bye. You got it, girl.